Hey, it's Debbie from Haven Inspired. Thank you so much for visiting our channel today. Today is about boosting self love. So, if you're feeling down, if it's not been the best day, best week, best month, best year, this video is for you. If this is your first time, definitely make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notifications button for updates. We post weekly on Sundays. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. I'm excited to share this information with you. All right, so boosting self love, definitely something to practice on a consistent basis. But I do have about 5 tips to share with you. If you find yourself in a bad place, find yourself just not, feeling the best when it comes to yourself and the thoughts that you have about yourself, these are great tips to follow or to walk through when you're struggling. So, number one, give yourself grace. When it comes to like self love, a lot of it has to do with the fact that you're just beating yourself up a lot. I've been there. I found myself in situations like that. And giving yourself grace in that moment is the best way to go. Make sure to, practice self compassion and give yourself the permission to be imperfect. I feel like a lot of people strive to be perfect all the time with everything that you're doing at any moment. And it's just not attainable. It's just not going to happen. You're imperfect. You're human. So embrace that and remind yourself of that. Also, when it comes to just lack of self love, it's a lot of things that you haven't forgiven yourself for. So take the time to forgive yourself and release whatever it is that's holding you back. Release the hurt, release the pain, release the struggles, release the sadness, depression, release all of that. Because ultimately, that's going to be what's going to continue to keep you down. It's going to continue to encourage self hate and minimize self love. Also, taking the time to really, in your mind, accept your past. Again, when it comes to lack of self love, a lot of it has to do with things that has happened in the past. And even if the past was yesterday, take the time to accept what's happened and to be able to forgive yourself, forgive whoever is, involved, and to move past it. But really, it's just a matter of forgiving yourself, even if it's forgiving yourself for trusting the wrong people, just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Take the time to really forgive yourself and to accept what's happened in the past so that way you're able to move forward. Really take the time to capture how you've been treating yourself. The way that we treat ourselves is not necessarily a conscious thing. It's something that's happening in the subconscious. So it's something that you really need to capture. So whether it be writing down your thoughts, really taking the time to see how you're speaking to yourself, if it's negative self-talk or if it's positive, a mixture between both, and really, really dig into that. So that way you can understand, how you're treating yourself. And if you are treating yourself badly, definitely make those adjustments as soon as possible. Number 2, reconnect with who you are. Take the time to reclaim your values, your integrity, what you want in life, what success looks like, and reclaim that. I think a lot of times when it comes to why self love is lacking, is we forgot who we are. We forgot why we're doing the things that we're doing. We forgot, where we're going in life. Or it could be that you never known, where you're going in life, what you want. So definitely take the time to either claim or reclaim what your values are, what your integrity looks like, and what your goals and what your aspirations are. That will pull you out of that rut quickly. Take the time to take care of yourself. That's where self-care comes in, of course. Do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do to feel better, in that moment. And when I say do whatever you want, it's more so of making sure that what you're choosing to do when it comes to your self care is actually self care and not causing self harm. So take that in consideration. I ain't telling you to go out here and go all willy nilly, okay? I'm just saying, take the time for self care. So that's doing things that you love to do, doing things that that helps you be creative. Whether it be music or writing or whatever hobbies that you actually have. Take the time to take care of yourself physically, because a lot of times when it comes to boosting self love, we let ourselves go. We eat whatever we want. We don't shower. We don't. There's a lot of things that we don't do. So take the time to take care of yourself physically. Exercise. Go get your hair done. Go get your nails done. Take some time to really love on yourself, because a lot of times when self love is lacking, it's because we just neglected ourselves altogether. So make sure to take the time to do that. Also, declutter your space. Go into your space, your common place, and clean up. Just really declutter things, move things around, reorganize your space. Cleaning and reorganizing and just moving your space around in general, I feel like it's a psychological thing of restart or reboot. So make sure to do that as well. If looking around right now and the place is a mess, take the time to clean up your space, clean up yourself, and really, really focus on that for a while. If you need to disconnect from other people for a little bit, just to kind of focus on yourself, disconnect from social media, do that. So that way you can really take the time to invest and love on yourself. Also, like I was saying before, make sure to define what success looks like for you and work on manifesting that. Whether that be by doing vision boards, meditation, prayer, mindfulness, positive affirmations, all of that stuff. Really take the time to dig into what you want, what success looks like for you, and that's not just like career wise, but what success looks for you physically, emotionally, spiritually. Really work on manifesting that. Number 3, challenge your mindset. Be really aware and cautious as far as where you're focusing your energy. I think a lot of times when it comes to lack of self love, we're focusing our energy in the wrong places. So refocus, put your energy back on you, and put your energy back into your goals and your successes. That's the best way to really shift your mindset. The fact that you have lack of self love, definitely here. You really want to make sure that you take the time to shift and reset how you're thinking and what your mindset looks like. And it's really also to combating and pushing back those negative thoughts. I actually did a video on overcoming negative thoughts. I'm gonna plug it in here. But yeah, definitely take the time to examine your thoughts, your thought patterns, what is prevalent the most in your mind when it comes to the types of things that you're thinking. Make sure to do that. And the last thing that comes to mind when it comes to challenging your mindset, definitely make sure to do the work. There's a lot of work that goes into challenging your mindset and shifting your mindset, and it's something that needs to happen on a consistent basis. Otherwise, you're going to do this when it comes to your emotions. You're going to go up, you're going to go down. So really make an effort to consistently do the work when it comes to your mindset. So that's, therapy, coaching, again, prayer, positive affirmations, gratitude, and then just educating yourself. So seeking out books and, podcasts, anything along those lines that's going to consistently challenge how you're thinking for the better. Number 4, create boundaries for how you would like to be treated and how you would not like to be treated. A lot of times, lack of self-love has to do with the fact that you're giving yourself too much. I've been there as well, where you just give, 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 give. And the people that you're giving to, or the situations or events that you're giving to, are draining you to the point where you have nothing left for yourself. So make sure to go back, see what happened there as far as like why you're drained, where the self-love, where it started to be depleted, and make sure to set boundaries there. In setting boundaries, I feel like people are like, oh, I don't want to be mean or whatever. Don't worry about that. Setting boundaries is more so a way to protect your mental health, and it conserves your emotional energy. You want to set boundaries not just for other people, but for yourself individually. What are your limits? What do you consider disrespect? And what do you consider disrespect from yourself versus other people? Of course, with other people, when they disrespect you, you know what your limitations are. But what are your own limitations for yourself? Am I disrespecting myself by doing this? Am I disrespecting myself by going here? Am I disrespecting myself by saying this to myself? Am I disrespecting myself by saying this out loud? Really take the time to set boundaries, not just with other people, but with yourself. And then when you're setting these boundaries with other people, take a lot of things into consideration. So take into consideration your personal space, your sexuality. And when I say sexuality, it's not necessarily just, whether you're gay or straight or bisexual or anything along those lines. It's more so your limitations to when it comes to engaging. So make sure to, set those boundaries. If you're, a virgin or if you're celibate, continue with that. Set those boundaries the way that you want to. So yeah, your emotions and thoughts, your things or your possessions, your time, okay? Your time and your energy, very important. Your ethics, your integrity, those things. Really take into consideration all of those things when it comes to your boundaries. Number 5, make an effort to build positive relationships. So when it comes to self-love, a lot of it has to do with your outside factors, what people are telling you, what people are saying to you. Over a time, if people are feeding negativity and feeding negativity, not just in general, but feeding negativity when it comes to you specifically, you need to remove yourself. Okay. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. You just need to remove yourself, remove that person from your life, regardless of who they are, until they can get it right. And if you decide that you want them to come back into your life at any type of capacity, then you can do that. But then you set your boundaries with that person before that happens. If someone gives you constructive criticism, that's different from negativity. So don't take someone's constructive criticism, and especially if they're coming to you with love, don't take that as negativity. Okay, it's not necessarily negativity, it's just someone trying to help you in a particular situation. So definitely take heed to that. But if someone is like extremely negative, they always have something bad to say about you. Anytime that you go around them, they have little side sarcastic comments or remarks, remove them, okay? Because they're not needed at this point. They're not bringing any type of validity to your personal space, to you in general. So get rid of it. And then make sure to, if you do have positive relationships around you, invest into those relationships. Of course, you want to boost your self-love, but you also want to, be a blessing in boosting, the people around you, especially if they are a very positive influence in your life. So really invest into them as well. I feel like the more that you invest into other people, the more it brings you out of your rut. I know when I help other people, it's definitely, gives me an array of sunshine and bubbles and sprinkles and glitter. So definitely take the time to just invest in them, even if it's just calling them up to check in and see how they're doing, or texting them just to say hi, like, hey, I thought about you today. How are you doing? Just take that time to invest in that. And then last but not least, when it comes to investing in positive relationships and also just setting boundaries as well, get used to saying no. Okay? Get used to saying no when it comes to overextending yourself. I feel like when people are draining, they know that they can come to you because they know that you're going to say yes. So practice saying no in situations that you know are not going to be a good situation for you. So definitely say no if you can't do it. If you can, even if you can do it, but you have other things that are more important or are a priority, say no. Okay. Say no. Be very selfish with your time at this point because you've given, you've drained, and there's a lot of things that's just happening where you're draining yourself. Just reel back and scale back and give yourself that time back. All right, y'all. So I hope this was very helpful. Again, the 5 tips for boosting self love: give yourself grace, reconnect with who you are, challenge your mindset, create boundaries, and make an effort to build positive relationships. Oh, yeah. Make sure if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notifications button for updates. That's my time, y'all. Until next time, see you later. Bye.